and gentlemen, welcome. My name is Brian Langille, the human defense machine. Wow, nothing being put on the spot. Moving on. I don't know, it makes sense to me. I'm sorry, I really didn't mean to offend any of you. Personally, I don't care. Don't get me wrong, I really think that was disastrous. Teenage drivers can't drive. If you've read the issue, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, here's a quick recap. That's when they should have the camera rolling, because that's what's going to make for good TV.
Hey, welcome to episode number 11 of The Langille Show. My name is Brian Langille, and you may have noticed sometimes I wear glasses. Now, if you're sitting here and you just turn this episode on, I'm willing to bet one or two trains of thought have gone through your mind. It's either one, oh my God, that man looks hot in glasses. Why hasn't he been wearing those earlier? If that's your opinion, then thank you very much. You just made my night. The other train of thought is probably, Jesus, who pumped 400 pounds of cheeseburgers into Harry Potter? And if that's the case, hey, you know, it's just the glass. Hello. Ladies and gentlemen, making a guest appearance in tonight's episode of The Langille Show is my kitten Blackbin. Can you say hi? No, there you go. Alright, see you later. Anyway, sorry for that interruption. The Harry Potter joke probably would have bombed anyway, so we're not going to bother finishing that one. So 11 episodes already. I mean, this is absolutely incredible. I've been doing this for, what, like 3 weeks, and I've got 11 episodes. I'm blowing through these faster than the hookers in Grand Theft Auto. Grand Theft Auto joke. That'll get me some viewers, because some people just look for the GTA thing, so. Actually, that's something I've noticed here in YouTube that's a little bit weird. People will put fake tags on videos. Oh, shocking, I know. I mean, who would do something like that? But they put fake tags into videos, or they submit video replies to videos that have absolutely nothing to do with the video at hand at all. So I'm proud to say I'm taking the high road on this, and yeah, I only get like 40 viewers per video, but at least I know they're legitimate 40 viewers. So I may not have the huge numbers like the What the Buck show or the Sexy Phil shows or iJustine's, and I'm saying they're legit. I'm not arguing that, but you know what I mean? Like, they're doing it the right way, and they're getting thousands of views, so I'm going to follow and take the high road and do the same thing as well. So you'll never see me put some fake ads or some fake taglines into my videos just to get more views, because it's not about that for me. It's not about saying I've got X amount of thousand views. It's the fact that I have X amount of people that legitimately come see my show. This is rambling, so this probably isn't even going to make the final cut. Speaking of Final Cut, I'm thinking of going to Final Cut Express. Seriously considering buying the software so that I can put out the best quality show possible. Right now I'm doing everything in iMovie 08, and although I'm a fan of Apple, and you know that obviously, I'm not a huge fan of iMovie 08. It seems to me like most of the program is still sitting on someone's hard drive, because there's definitely a lot of shit missing in that. Final Cut Express looks like it's going to fit my price range, and it looks like it's going to be able to give me the features I want. So in a future episode, don't know when, hopefully we're going to be moving from iMovie to Final Cut Express. Anyway, enough of that, because people don't tune in to hear me talk about software. I got my MacBook back this afternoon. I dropped it off and got it back within an hour, so I thought everything was really great on that. Unfortunately, it's not quite what I wanted, and I want to get your guys' opinion on this, because there's varying sides of this, and I'm on one side, some people are on my side, some people are on other sides. You know, it's how it works, but I'm just going to tell you what happened, and you tell me what you think. I took my Mac in for repair, and got the super drive replaced, which I covered in the previous issue, and you guys watch all the episodes, right? So you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you don't, go back to like episode 9, I think, but I'm not going to recap it here. Anyway, I got the super drive replaced, and when I went to pick it up, they said, yeah, everything's working fine now, everything's cool. Oh, by the way, here's a disk. You had a folder of videos on your drive, so we burnt that to test it, so I guess these videos are yours. And before you get all freaked out, no, it wasn't porn, and no, it wasn't my porn, and no, it wasn't me in porn or anything like that. It was actually, you'll find it funny, it was all the first 10 episodes of The Langille Show I had there, and they burned it to a DVD to check to make sure my drive was working, which I'm sure if you're sitting there, you're thinking, hey, that's no problem, Langille. I mean, they just burnt to make sure that your drive was working, but here's my problem with it, and maybe it's the fact that I worked in tech support for 8 years. That was a personal folder. I mean, yes, it was just the Langille Show in it, But what if it wasn't? What if it was something else that I didn't really want people in? And I'm not saying porn, and I'm not saying pirated movies, so don't go down that street. But what I'm saying is it was a personal folder on my hard drive, and I'm not a fan of anyone going in and just randomly going through my hard drive picking stuff, even if it's for testing purposes to burn to a disk. What I would have done was, if it was me, and I am a computer tech, so this is in the realm of my job, what I would have done was I would have even downloaded something off the internet, a 2 meg file, and burnt that. Something that I didn't really go into anyone's personal private stuff. I just would have got something that I could put on a disk, burn it to make sure it works. That wasn't done for me. It was, like I said, all it was the copies that Langille show, and I can. That's fine. I mean, it's the principle. It's not the content. It's the principle. And I don't go on other people's computers and go in their personal folders and look for stuff. So when I take my computer in to get it repaired, I kind of assume that people are gonna, not do the same thing to me. So I've learned my lesson. If I ever have to put my computer in for repair again, and I'm only going to do that if it's something that I can't do myself or I have to have it done under warranty, you can guarantee that I'm going to be, either moving stuff off to an external drive, or I'm going to be, cleaning stuff off before I take it in, because I don't want to go through this again. And like I said, I have nothing to hide. It's not like I got porn. It's not like I've got, illegal software. It's nothing like that. It's just, my folders on my hard drive are mine, and I don't expect, techs to go through it just so that they can test the hardware they install on my Mac. So maybe you're with me, maybe you're not. I've talked to some people on this, and they're like, you know what, Langille, I'd be pissed if I were you. I'd be incredibly pissed if they went through my stuff. And then I've talked to other people, and they're like, no, that's okay. That's fine. I mean, they were just testing to make sure your drive works, so I don't see any harm or any foul in that. And I'm not naming names, and I'm not pointing fingers at anybody, and everyone's valid to their own opinion. I just wanted to see what you guys thought. What would you guys feel like if that happened to you? Like, what would your response be? Other than that, that's pretty much going to be the show this episode. I would appreciate some feedback in reference to what you would do, or what your opinion is if someone went through your hard drive and you sent your computer in for repair. Is it right? Is it wrong? Or do you have a problem with it? Do you not? What's the deal with that? So drop me a line, let me know. If you're watching this on YouTube, I appreciate you watching. Feel free to subscribe. There's some stars down at the bottom. Feel free to click on one of them too. I know how a lot of people put, rate, appreciate, all that kind of stuff. And I'm not going to do stuff like that. I mean, I just figure if you're taking the time to watch my video, and even if you don't like it, give me a star at some point, just so that I know what works and what doesn't here, so I can produce a better show for you guys. If you're watching on Facebook, well, hey, it's Facebook. You can, you can creep on Facebook all day long, and I'll never know you were here, so that's cool. Other than that, the Langille letter is still in production. I don't write them as often as I do the videos, obviously, but there will be another issue of the Langille letter coming out probably this weekend. And you can find that at langilletter.com and facebook.com. And these videos, as I've told you numerous times before, are on youtube.com, facebook.com, and langilletter.com. So this has been episode number 11 of The Langille Show. My name is Brian Langille, and as always, have yourself a great weekend, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.